Now let's welcome one-time goal poacher, now poker shark, Herculez Gomez to the show. Herc, off the back of what Stefano reported, I know you still have a lot of friends, colleagues, ex-teammates in that Orlando bubble. What are you hearing about the current situation?
Well, let me just say, Adrian, I agree with what Stefano's saying. A lot of these false positives have been coming back. It's a very fluid situation. So at the sake of being alarmist, yes, we need to wait for more information. But one would have to ask themselves, it doesn't matter where they got it. If it was back in their home markets, because there is that 5-day incubation period where they may stay dormant from what we understand and the players understand about this virus and in the bubble. But once it's in the bubble, what can we do to better secure these players? Because these players are still in very close confines with other players in their team. I mean, they eat together, they train together in a contact sport, they share bus rides together. So you have to wonder how safe some of these players are feeling, and talking to a lot of these players, they're worried about this. I mean, like the general country, like the general public, you have different opinions all over the place. You have those players who just want to get back to work and who are excited to actually have a job and be on the field at this moment. Then there's a real, concern with the rest of the players where how can we stay safe? It doesn't matter where this virus came from, if it was in their home markets or not. Once it's in here, how can we keep ourselves safe? Because at this moment, I mean, Dallas is still there. FC Dallas may have been removed from what is this tournament, but they are still in the facility, still in this bubble. So there is some real concern with these players.
Yes, indeed, Herc. Let's talk a little football, though. We've had 3 games to digest now. Want to get your thoughts on what we saw last night. Pretty impressive from the New England Revolution. Only the 1-0 win against Montreal, but perhaps the best footballing display we've seen so far. Would you agree?
Certainly the best footballing display. And listen, this is expected, right, Adrian? You have a 4-month layoff with a bunch of teams who practically had 2 weeks of league play under their belt. So it's like a second preseason, if you will. We expected this from watching the Bundesliga, from watching the Premier League, from watching Mexico right now, who's in their own preseason tournament, the GNP. It's not the highest quality, highest level, because they're not in match fitness. The only way to duplicate this match fitness, this rhythm, is by actually playing these matches. Obviously, that's not been the case, but a great goal last night by Gustavo Bou, the DP for New England Revolution. Great little entry ball, and what he does in the box was sublime. But the majority of the play we've seen has been lackluster, has been not sharp enough. But like I said, we expected this going into it. I think if anything, it should raise, the level of play should raise as the tournament progresses. But at the moment, it's been a little rough to watch.
And I tell you what, Herc, that Gustavo Bou, he flies under the radar, doesn't he? DP for the Revs. They picked him up midway through last year. The Argentine doesn't get the same level of attention as some other big name players in this league. But boy, is he important for the Revs.
He absolutely does not, Adrian. You're nail on the head on this one. The ex-Cholo Squinkle of Tijuana player, Liga MX player, even flew under the radar in Liga MX because he's not your typical 9 that's just a goal scorer. He can facilitate. He's got a very high IQ. In the final third, he makes very good decisions, right foot, left foot. He's not only just a goal scorer, he can really make that team tick. And he's putting up the numbers so far in what is New England. Bruce Arena and the New England Revs, they've got a winner in Gustavo Bou. This is a guy who was high on the list of many, many important Liga MX clubs, and this is a steal for the New England Revs.
Saturday looks to be a very appetizing, entertaining menu double bill, doesn't it, with Atlanta making their tournament bow against the New York Red Bulls, and that's a matchup, Herc, that never fails to fascinate.
No, never fails to fascinate. And with the Red Bulls, it's the same old case. Will it be, this is so Metro, will they bow out in dramatic fashion like they tend to do when important games are on the line? They still don't have that silverware. That really matters in the eyes to their supporters, and I'm talking about the cups. I'm talking about the cups, and I'm talking about the shields. And then the Atlanta side is, what's life like without Josef Martinez? Josef Martinez is one of the scariest forwards I've seen in my time in Major League Soccer. There's nobody who wants to score a goal more than Josef Martinez. He just doesn't want to win. He wants to score a goal, then beat you. He won't be happy unless he does that. No Josef Martinez, no party. Who's going to be the guy? Is it going to be Barco? Is it going to be Gonzalo? Is it going to be Piri Martinez? Who's going to raise their hand and say, I can help us out. I can be that goal scorer or that threat going forward without Josef? Frank de Boer has his hands full.
Final thoughts, Herc, for today. Is it about what you expected so far, 3 games in terms of the standard of football? I mean, these teams are coming up a long time off, and they were already early on in their season, weren't they? So some teams only played 2 games in 8 months.
Yeah, it's about what I expected, Adrian. Also, I'm interested in seeing what the star power is going to look like because Joseph Martinez is injured. Carlos Vela, who's the face of this league, not only of his franchise, this league, decided not to come. Jonah Dos Santos isn't playing either. Iko Parra, the reigning MLS Defender of the Year, is not playing. Where's the star power? Javier Hernandez in 2 games has had 1 shot on goal. Let's not even talk about the lack of goal. 1 shot on goal. Who's going to be that player? Who's going to be the next guy to stake their claim as being one of the premier players in this league? Will it be a Diego Rossi, a Christian Pavon? Will it be an Ezequiel Barco? Lots of names, lots of opportunities. I'm interested in seeing the next big star.
Great stuff. As always, Herc, look forward to forking over some more money in your direction on the virtual poker table. It's sadly inevitable.
You're the shark there.
That is, if we can get a game in between 3 MLS's back tournament games on Sunday. Triple header all on the ESPN docket. Toronto, DC gets us started 9 a.m. on ESPN2. And then the doubleheader in the evening, Sporting Kansas City against Minnesota, RSL against Colorado.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.